Did I really?
Today on SALL Presents What Else? The wonderful, the ripping, the totally handsome, and amazingly friendly Youngo!
What up?
That's tight.
Did I really commit? Wow, it is perfect. I'm looking at it right now.
I didn't have to edit nothing. Sweet and low, thanks for subbing. I didn't have to edit a damn
let me give you a little zoom in here.
Okay.
Let's see. Does that work a little bit?
It looks nice.
All right. Hell yeah.
Of an extra overly large coffee today.
Oh, dude, I am right there. I've got the where is it? I've got my Nitro Starbucks. Look at that.
There you go. See, are you an iced coffee dude? Or are you a regular coffee?
Yes, cold coffee all the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty much exclusive. I mean, I'll do hot coffee in the morning if I make it at my house. But if I'm ever buying coffee, it's cold coffee.
Absolutely.
For some reason, that guy, even when it's cold outside.
I'm just lazy, man. It's easy, you know. Crack open the can, it's good to go. I don't have to prepare for anything.
I can't fuck with the can shit. I just, but I have like a Keurig, so it's not.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Not any
nice
harder.
And easy.
Yeah, it's not any. I want to be one of those guys that has like fancy drip machines and like dials it in all tight, but like the reality is I have 2 kids and I just don't have time for that shit.
That's right.
Anybody have time for that shit?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's an older meme, sir, but it checks out.
Dude, it's real. It existed.
Oh, I love it.
Gotta give respect to all memes, any and all memes.
Absolutely.
Awesome, dude. So how was your stream?
Dude, today was sick. For only 4 hours. I mean, even Matt Hafey brought his friends by, and tunes were banging. Everybody, like, over the last, I would say 4 or 5 months, people have just been dropping banger after banger. It's been so cool watching, like, kind of the attitude of the stream shift from everybody trying to make me play the hardest shit possible to everybody requesting songs that everybody wants to hear.
Yeah.
So it's been sick.
I feel like you're more that kind of guy. Like you're like the people's player. Like,
exactly.
Like you're playing the jams people want to hear. It's not all about just like, hey, play Dragon Force.
Yeah, play it through the fire. We actually have I think you've seen it, the Fire Flame emote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it happens so much. Like, oh my god.
Do people request that a lot?
Oh, dude, all the time. And I mean, I'm happy to play it. Like, it's not really a struggle for me anymore. I played it so often, but
Fire Flam. I like that.
Fire Flam.
Fire Flam. Play Fire Flam.
And so I don't know how it developed, but the reason that emote exists is so I very first did my impression of the average to the Fire and Flames requester.
Yeah.
And somehow he evolved into this French person, and it goes like, "Hey, Mr. Schemel, I have a very hard song for you. Will you play for me the Fire Flame?
The Fire Flame? S'il vous plaît.
The Fire Flame, s'il vous plaît.
Mr. Streamer.
Mr. Streamer, Mr. Streamer. Bonjour, Streamer.
Bonjour, Streamer. Monsieur Streamer. Dude,
I don't know why he's French. This guy is French.
Honestly, though, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like French people seem like they're a little snooty with everything, let alone guitar, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, dude, French people are funny, dude. Like we went to France for like one of our anniversaries, and I think it was like our 1 year.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. But my wife like tried really hard and like she like learned French for like months so that she could be like a respectful American.
Yeah.
And we went over there and like she tried and people were just like not into it. We went into like a coffee shop and she's like, "Oh, like bonjour, like whatever," like, and she ordered a croissant in full French.
Okay.
Like, it was I was like, "Damn, that's tight." And first she said, "Parlez-vous anglais?" And the lady's like, "No." And she's like, "No." She's like, "Okay." So she says the whole order in French. The lady doesn't even smile, nothing. Goes to the register, types it in. She's like, $4.55. Just what? You said you didn't speak English, and then I just tried super hard. You were unimpressed, and then you just spoke English.
That
awesome.
just sounds like France in one story. Honestly,
dude, have you ever been to like French Canada, like Montreal?
No, I haven't left the country yet, and I have so many plans after COVID's over to get off to so many places.
I will say, French people, not all. I mean, there's tons of beautiful, amazing French people. But
sure.
I will say I've run into more dickheads in French Canada than I have in French, and I'm like, you guys are not even like real. You're not even like the real deal French.
You guys are like halfway between English and French. What do you?
This is French-ish. Like, you guys are in Canada, man. Be nice. Canadians are supposed to be nice.
Yeah, represent the country. Hello.
Honestly, before I knew where you were from, I would have thought you were Canadian. You're nice. You're nice enough to be Canadian.
Oh, well, that is a compliment I am happy to receive.
That's tight.
And I even played games with like I used to play a bunch of games with Canadians, so a bunch of Canadian isms like used to seep into my speech.
Yep.
A couple years ago. So
yeah,
I could actually like whip out a Canadian accent now and again back then, and you would have thought I was straight out of like the boonies up there.
Yep, for sure. Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Go down to Timmy's and go for a rip, eh, bud.
Timmy's. Oh, I love a good Timmy's there, bub.
Oh, I'll get a double.
Our old manager was from Wisconsin, which is essentially the same thing, but like it's the same accent.
Yeah, like Wisconsin, Minnesota, that whole region, right?
But everything was
the
like,
Youp, the
there, bub.
Too.
Yeah, go down to the boozer and get a drink there, bub.
Oh, like, sorry, eh? Yeah. Oh, sneak on past you here.
sorry. And there's a new Trey song, and I say the word sorry, and Ash swears I say sorry.
Oh no, I can't wait.
No, I do not.
I can't wait.
You say sorry. So sorry. I'm like, no, I don't. That's just what you hear. I was just about to say that I was a Canadian resident, but with a British passport, I was met by the biggest dick at immigration in Montreal just because I couldn't communicate in French. Yeah, see?
Like
it's not just me.
Country.
It's not just me that thinks this. It's proven.
Oh man,
it's proven.
It's two people have said it. It's fact, right?
It is. That's actually how it works, I think, in the world. If two people say it, fact.
We gotta come up with something now, and we're good, right?
Yeah, modern America.
Both of us.
Exactly. I'm 7 feet tall. I said it,
guys.
Did you say
Brandon Saller is 7 feet tall, guys?
Yep, 7 feet tall. It's fact. You heard it here first, dude. BPCG. This dude Chris on my stream with it for his job. He's been growing a beard for a year. He looks not as long as Porter, but he's got it's just bald head, big beard.
Okay.
He found out for his job he has to wear like a respirator mask on his job for his work.
Oh no!
And he has to get it fitted. You can't have a beard.
Yeah.
So he's got to shave his beard. I told him we should do it on stream.
Yeah, you got to get something out of it, right? I mean,
I don't know if he did.
He worked so hard to
get
do
there.
That.
Not a trim, not a nothing for 1 year. I couldn't do it. I'm
no way, man.
Beards. My beard is out of control now. There's like there's grays and like frizzies. I can't handle it. It's too bad.
I feel you. Like if it gets too long and I try to sleep on like my side and my face is in the pillow, it just itches everywhere, man.
Yeah, it's funny. Whenever I shave my beard short, my kids are always like the first people that are like, because it's like pokey.
Right.
Like, kiss my kids and they're like, like they look at my face like, what the fuck is that thing? What is that thing?
Little stabbies, you know?
Exactly. So let's talk about you. Everyone I have on this show, I don't know if you've seen any of the episodes. We bullshit. Mm-hmm. We talk about whatever the fuck we feel like. But I like to get into. Sure. I don't know if I could be any louder. I like to just get into the backstory, and really, I don't know much of your backstory.
Okay.
All I know is that you're younger than me. You rip a guitar. I know a handful of bands that you like.
Okay.
And that's about it. So,
all right.
What's your story? Born and raised. How'd you get into music? What was some of your first shit you got into?
Okay. All right. So, born and raised in Georgetown, Texas, which is like right outside of Austin, and I'm actually still really close to there. Okay. I still live pretty close to my parents, about half an hour out. And you know, I was big into baseball my entire life. So first and foremost, baseball player. Still love the sport. I was even coaching as of last year until my stream really started taking off. Mm-hmm. So yeah, baseball is my life. I would consider it. It was a very big. It drove everything I did, right? Between every summer was tournaments every weekend. We'd drive to Dallas, drive to Houston, and then sleep on the way home so we could have some rest for school on Monday. I still remember the grind, man, and I was really good at it. I played on a lot of really good teams that we won a lot of tournaments and did a lot. So let's see, yeah, baseball determined a bunch of that. So I never really had time to get in and find a bunch of music until like high school. I was when I really started paying attention to music, right? I loved country music growing up because that was what my dad listened to. That's what all my family listened to. Yeah, it makes sense. In Central Texas, it's the thing. So
who's your team?
Who's my Astros. I mean, the trash can thing's unfortunate, but I mean, I literally have been since the day I was born an Astros fan. So I'm not changing that now just because some people don't like the Astros.
Do people not like that? I'm so removed from sports.
Oh, okay. So what happened was 2017 World Series, and I am not defending the Astros here at all, guys. Just I see you there, Asana Band NY.
Yeah, he's like,
I see you, and you're about to rip on my Astros. It's fine. Do your thing, whatever. I've accepted nobody likes the Astros in the MLB right now. We kind of got scapegoated by the MLB, but anyway. So what happened was, like everybody has been doing recently, it's not just the Astros. They had like cameras out in the outfield, and they could see the signs, and then they would look into the dugout, and then they would, for the Astros in particular, they were banging on trash cans to convey signs, and I was like, oh man, I'm not happy. I can't believe they did that, because they were so good as it was. They didn't need to do that.
Well, it was a thing that a lot of teams were doing.
Yeah, well, so they weren't doing the trash can thing in particular, but there was evidence against a lot of teams, not just the Astros.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so anyway, but the Astros were the main offender there, and they won the World Series that year.
So of course they're like, that's why they won, and yada 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 yada.
Yeah. Listen, and what's funny is we even had a higher batting average on the road, I think, than at home. So they didn't need to do it, right? No. They killed it at the plate. So it tarnished a really amazing. It was the first ever World Series they'd won, So
yeah, for sure. Kind of a little bit of a bruise on it.
Yeah, exactly. A little asterisk next to it, and I'm just like, man,
it's all good, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: you still got to be fucking great at baseball to win the World Series.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that's not like a fucking. Like the dude's bats weren't broken and like the balls freaking flying willy nilly. Like you still had to like.
They weren't just shooting up the HGH.
Yeah, for sure.
They still had to hit those 98-mile-an-hour fastballs coming in. Like
that's tight. Exactly. See, by blood, I'm a Dodgers fan. But
okay. Oh man, so you weren't a fan of that year then?
I mean, but like I said, I'm so far removed. I didn't care. I was just like listening to what my brother said. My brother's like he's into literally any sport he can watch. Period.
Sure.
But baseball, Dodgers baseball, big Dodgers baseball family.
Gotcha. There's a lot of history there, man.
Of course. So post baseball, you're in high school, you start to find music.
Okay, yeah. So baseball was a thing even through college. I did pitch in college, and that's actually where I fell in love with a lot of music. But so high school, we get to like freshman year, and it's when I started listening to like Metallica, Megadeth, Guns N' Roses, like the 80s like riffers, dude. These guys that just paved the way for so many people that would follow.
Was it guitar that got you in? Like at first,
absolutely.
Were you just like, oh, what does this do?
Yeah, I wasn't even playing at this point yet. I was still just listening, and it was actually a bit of playing Guitar Hero, believe it or not, that got me into some of these groups. Yeah. That I would that the Guitar Hero is how I first heard Senses Fail. Actually,
I think that's a lot of people got like into. They were like, oh, I can do this for real. And then also they were like, they're all these bands they're listening to day in, day out. I got into shitloads of bands from fucking Tony Hawk.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that set list was amazing.
Oh, so good.
I'm actually I'm gonna do a Tony Hawk stream here pretty soon, like a set list of all of the big bangers from that.
Classics, yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So Guitar Hero, and then like I was doing so well at it, and like I think it was Guitar Hero 2, and it was like, why don't you play a real guitar already? I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll do that then.
Yeah.
Because it had these like snarky messages, right? Like, oh, you spend too much time playing Guitar Hero. Go actually play a fucking guitar, dude.
Yeah, you're like, so fine, shit.
All right, shit, I'll do it. So my buddy let me borrow his like a Fender Squier Strat, like a $100 guitar, and I bought a shitty $20 amp. It's a silver tone, like 5 watt. I don't even remember how many watts this thing has. Tiny little like this big amp, And I thought I was the coolest guy around because I could play a power chord with distortion,
That's all you needed at first.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all you need to make you feel like you're, rocking out, because that's all you needed to rock out. So it was Smoke on the Water was the, classic, right? Everybody learned Smoke on the Water first. 035. But he taught me with like these weird power chords, and it wasn't quite the song, but it was fun to play along with.
Yeah.
And then those power chords he taught me would also be Iron Man. So I was able to go from Smoke on the Water to Iron Man. And then I learned the Iron Man riff.
Which everyone also learned.
Exactly. It's so slow and easy.
But that tricky one. Man. It's amazing how fucked up
once you get that slide. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, I can't actually do this. Sounds easy, but I can't do it yet. And it just like, when I would hit those parts where I was like, oh, that's harder than I thought. It just kept that drive going, right? To keep working on it. So we went from there to Smells Like Teen Spirit. And then that would be the first song I would learn all the way through, solo and all. And I was, once I finished that, I was so proud. This is probably 6 to 7 months in of playing and just working on, the palm muting and the fret hand muting and all of that stuff to make it sound just like, Kurt, which is actually I figured out over the course of the years of playing, Kurt was way better at guitar than you would think he is, just by
100%.
like he there was so many little tiny things he does in those songs, right? Where there's these extra little things that you can't quite put in a tab, or this is his signature. Yeah,
like
like purposely sloppy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I think he almost played, like he played the part of playing guitar in Nirvana, like
yes,
like kind of loosened and slopped it up on purpose to fit more. But then it's all that little inflection and those like extra bits and like the textures that you're like, oh, okay, this dude actually knows what he's doing.
He was so good. He's classically trained, I believe, is what I've heard. I don't know a whole lot about him other than, you know, fucking rocks.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Nirvana, and then that actually got me to start listening to a lot of Nirvana at that point, because I hadn't before. Then I would dive back into like the old albums. My buddy would give me like just album after album. I would go over to his house. He'd let me get songs from my iPod, right? This is like 2007, 2008, maybe 09 even.
Yeah.
Because that's when I found you guys. That's when I found Atreyu, was 09.
That's tight.
Right before Congregation. He's like, oh, there's this new album, check it out, and then yada yada. So Lead Sails was my intro. And that's he was like, you got to hear this song, and it was when THUR. So when THUR was and just from that opening, I was hooked, dude.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. The iPod swap.
Exactly, man. That was it. So, and it was the intro, and then when it kicks that way it kicks in from the intro, dun, dun, and I was like, oh my god, my eyes lit up. I was like, I need more of this. So I just worked through that album, worked back through the Curse, and then I was sold hardcore from there.
That's awesome.
To where I was like, Mom, give me this album for Christmas, and it was the Curse Deluxe Edition, and I had like that, and a shirt came with it, and I was like, I gotta have this. I was like, that was instantly Mom Christmas gift right here.
Mom killing the game.
Yeah.
Crushing the Christmas game.
Oh, absolutely.
I love
that. From there it's wide open, right? It was like my big intro into like getting into metalcore was actually Avenged Sevenfold. I used to hate screaming in music.
Most people that listen to anything heavy used to hate screaming in music.
Yeah, and it gives me now the perspective to try to help people that want to get into it, right? Because you can't just like throw somebody into the deep end, right? You got to kind of work them into it. So I started listening to Avenged Sevenfold on self-titled album, Afterlife, Almost Easy, all of those bangers, and Sinister's guitar work just had me from the get-go.
Crucial.
So worked back into City of Evil, loved all of that, and then somebody's like, hey, here's their album before. You know, it's a bit different, you know, give it a shot, see if you like it. And the first song I listened to off of it was Chapter 4. And it's that dun 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 dun. And I was like, oh, I love this. I've never heard anything like this before. I love the syncopation, and then the riff kicks in, the dun na 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 na, and I was like, oh, and the whole harmony of it and how beautiful those guitars sound. I was like, okay, I gotta have this. But then Matt started screaming, and I was like, whoa.
You're all, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Hang on. I don't know about this. I was like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I just wasn't prepared for it.
Of course.
And I was like, so I cut it off, right? I was like, okay, no. I went back to my safe place, right? The self-titled and City of Evil. I loved all that, and I kept getting into it. You know, just learning more and more about the band.
For sure.
But that opening of Chapter 4, it was just stuck in my head.
It's a riff, dude.
And I was like, okay, let's try it again. And the second time through, I pushed through the vocals, right? I was like, okay, I'll just deal with it. And then the solo hits as he's screaming, and they're kind of in time together. I was like, oh, this is amazing. But the screaming part,
You're all fuck.
I was like, man, I want to like it. Then I was like, okay, let's one more try. And then like the third or fourth, I don't know if it was the third or fourth time, it just clicked, and I was like, oh, I get it. I feel the emotion of the scream. I just felt it, you know. And that was it from there, dude. I was like, okay. So worked straight through Waking the Fallen.
From there, other bands with like heavy vocals you were into?
Oh, absolutely. It like unlocked everything. Okay. Yeah. From there, it was actually the Devil Wears Prada after that, with Roots Above and Branches Below. Still probably my top 5 metalcore albums, honestly. It's just such a complete album.
For sure.
And yeah, it just everything unlocked from there.
You have the craziest memory, by the way. Someone just said in the chat, they're like, "Dude, you have the craziest memory." I don't
you know, it's funny you say that. So it's a complete tangent, but just a memory tangent.
Yeah.
In 4th grade, there was we had a competition, right, for bonus points on a test. This is a math class, I want to say, and it was whoever could memorize the most digits of pi got the bonus points. Only one person in the class would get it. So I just dove in on it for like a week, and I got to 35 digits, and I memorized it so hard they are still just here.
Really?
Yeah.
Go.
I can still go. 3.141592653589793233842684626433832795028. 84626433832795028.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's just stuck here, and it'll never
That's
leave.
Crazy.
And so somebody can go fact check that. I've done it.
Yeah,
I've done it
seriously.
multiple times.
Somebody fact check that. That's
you can
nuts.
fact check me.
Dude, Ford, we need to make a fucking, is Ford on? I think he's on here. We need to make a fucking video that just has him saying that and then all the actual numbers below. Fact check that shit.
Yeah,
Jesus. That's crazy. That's so funny. Someone there said he got a suggestion to listen to Atreyu after listening to Papa Roach. I think it's so interesting to get that, like that. Oh, you like Papa Roach? You should listen to Atreyu. Because in my head, that didn't make any sense until, until Lead Sales. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like maybe if it was more recent. Hold on.
Okay.
BPCG is gonna pull up Pi to check. He goes, okay. Do it again.
Do it again? Okay, I got you. So 3.14159265358979323384626433832795028.
Jesus. So you only have like 10 more numbers to memorize the whole damn thing.
No, it's actually infinite.
Oh, it's infinite. Okay, just kidding.
It's an irrational number.
Just kidding.
How'd I do, BPG?
I mean, literally, like, I just someone else put it in the chat. I just followed along.
Oh, did you? Oh, go look at him go.
Dude, that's fucking nuts. We need to. I'm gonna make a clip of this and fucking edit over the fucking thing. That's fucking crazy. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That is insane. That is, no one has ever done that on my stream. I don't think anyone ever will ever again.
Oh man,
I love that, dude.
I just it's stuck here. I'm an absolute nerd, so I love math in general, but like I didn't mean it's not something I try to memorize, right? I don't think about it until somebody brings it up. And it's like, oh, let me just instantly recall this for you.
Dude, that's like a first date trick, dude.
Right.
Like,
hey girl, you like math?
If you ever just need a girl to just find you like a little bit more trustworthy, be like, yeah, I know the first 35 digits of pi. What's up?
But then she tells you your address once, right? And she's like, oh wait, can I trust him with that?
Yeah. Shit. So good. Oh fuck. Oh, is he gonna remember this forever?
Yeah, I mean
that's my new sub alert. Is you just saying pi?
Yeah.
Please, Ford, make that please.
Oh my God.
That's so good.
So
take my panties for math.
Oh no. YG, let me serve up some pie. There you go, Ellen. There you go.
Boom.
I'll actually use that as my selling point for bands, right? That want to use me as a touring guitarist. Like, hey, I memorized your song once, it's there. You know,
I'm never gonna forget it ever again. So good. So from there, you start playing guitar.
Okay.
This is
16.
This is 16. So this is still high school.
Yeah. So 16. Summer of turning 16. Which would be 09. Yeah. So 09, I started playing.
Okay.
And my buddy lent me his Fender Squire Strat, and then I played that for 6 months, whatever. My mom got me an Epiphone Les Paul Model 100 for Christmas.
Yep.
I actually just sent it home with her not too long ago. Otherwise, I'd show you.
Oh, did you freeze?
Guitars in my room.
Gotcha.
I have 12 guitars in here, I think.
That's awesome.
Oh, we good?
Yeah, we're good. It froze just for a second. You're good.
Are we? Okay. Yeah, it's my internet. We're in a massive winter storm, so if anything goes out, text me and let me know.
For sure.
Things are crazy in Texas right now.
I'm actually thinking about that now that I can't believe we're actually able to get on right now.
So it's because I live near a hospital, I think.
Oh, okay.
I live within walking distance of a hospital, so we're on the same grid, I'm pretty sure, for everything.
That's dope.
I'm hella lucky that I get to keep, because I have that big event on Friday with Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
So it's super lucky.
That's awesome. And if you get hurt, it's right there. That's also
if I
good.
rock out too hard and fall off my little box I stand on.
Oh shit!
We just limp onto the hospital.
Yeah. So good. Oh, is that gonna be a thing, Chris? Wait, someone's saying. I'm just trying to read chat.
Oh no, you're good. I see
missed
it.
something.
I have chat up here too.
Okay, good. Okay,
I'm
good.
reading along.
Okay, so continue. I'm gonna get into Melissa. I'm gonna get into your question in a second, but continue.
Okay, sure. So got that Epiphone Les Paul, game changer. That was so much. The action was lower. It felt just so much cleaner to play on. The pickups were a lot better. It wasn't like great. It was not by modern like what I have now, not great.
Of course.
But relative to that, it was such an upgrade relative to that Strat. And then I had learned enough stuff by then. I'd even started learning Blow, actually, that fun little double stop riff. And I was like, oh, I can play this on this thing now, and it made it so much nicer. It made learning a lot more fun, even.
For sure.
And then kind of snowballed from there. I started learning a couple of Trivium riffs. In Waves was the big one. In Waves, and I want to say Watch the World Burn. All that one string stuff, nice and easy. And my technique was terrible though. Like I was the guy that would play 2-finger power chords and then like bar the middle finger across and just like destroy my wrist. I only started working on that the last couple of years, and that change has saved my wrist so much lately.
For sure.
So from there, this next 2 years is a lot of fun, learning a lot of stuff. People like, hey, bring your guitar when we come to the party and play along at the party with stuff. I'm like, all right, sure.
Wait, what? Wait,
yeah, people like
they
wanted to bring
guitar,
guitar.
like.
No, it's my electric. Bring your electric and your amp and just play for us. So I was like, okay.
So
I was not good.
You just go to parties and show up and be like, cool, I'm Young Gun.
Here's my guitar. Yeah, basically, like, hey, yeah, just sit on the couch. We'll hang out and you play guitar. We'll just chat and whatnot. That's cool.
The fact that you were like, yeah, okay, is dope as fuck. If that were me, I'd have been like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? Like, is there bands playing? No. Okay. Is there any music? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, they're just play riffs. I was like, all right, sure.
Tight. Yeah, sure.
We all get tired of it. I just set my guitar down, throw it back in my truck, lock it up, and back to the party.
Dude, killing the game. I love it.
I love it. I miss it sometimes.
After COVID, you should just start having parties that you can just go play guitar at.
Let's go. I'm close to Austin, right?
Right.
Totally possible. So we get to go into college, right? So I'm going to college to play baseball, and there's just no time, right? I mean, I try to work like, half an hour in every other day, but baseball was 5-hour practices, like every 5 days a week, probably 4 to 5 days a week. So I'm either dead after practice or just want to like chill and play video games. So I don't play a lot through college, just enough to kind of stay to where I remember what I had already worked on.
For sure.
And then injury happens. So I hurt my arm pretty bad. And it was an injury that had apparently started in high school. When I got hit by a pitch in my elbow, my throwing elbow. And it jarred some stuff up, and it kept degrading over time, essentially.
Okay.
Without getting like too gory on details as to what was going on inside my arm.
No, definitely get gory.
Oh, you want to get gory? Okay, let's do it. All right. So junior year, I was playing fall ball with an organization in Austin, and so I didn't play football after sophomore year because I wanted to keep working on baseball, and so I was playing fall ball, and facing a guy throwing about 85, 86, and he throws an inside fastball, and I get ready to hit it, and I turn to swing, and my elbow's exposed as I'm turning to swing, right? Yeah. But I'm like, oh, and it starts cutting in on me. He had like a lot of movement inside on his fastball. And I move back to like pull away from swinging, but I don't move back quick enough, and the ball hits me dead on the elbow, no meat, anything. So what apparently had happened, and I didn't realize, I just thought it just hurts a bunch, but it had chipped the bone. Oh. And my elbow, you can actually see it's weirdly shaped still.
For sure.
So it chipped the bone, but the bone healed back funny. It healed back with a little bit of a bone spur. And what that bone spur was doing, every time I would extend my arm, and that called the Tommy John ligament that runs right here, it would actually start fraying the Tommy John ligament.
Oh, dirt,
dude, Phil. Like,
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, so it was like very like micro cutting that ligament, that bone spur was. Oh. So, and eventually it just started hurting over time more and more, to where by freshman year of college, it was just I pitched that year and I still did pretty well, but I didn't have the velocity that I used to. My curveball still worked, changeup still worked, but I was only able to touch like 80 maybe. Normally it'd be about 85, 86.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, what's wrong? We went to the hospital, had it all looked at, and doctor X-rayed it. He's like, oh, you're fine. You know, no, nothing's wrong on the X-ray. I'm like, okay, listen here.
Something's fucking wrong.
You're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
If there's any part of my body that I know, it is this right arm right here, because it throws, you know, hundreds of times a day. I know when something's wrong. And he's like, okay, we'll MRI it. So they do an MRI.
Then he's like, all right, fine, I'll pay attention now.
He's like, okay. I was like, all right, we'll try an MRI, but I don't think anything's wrong. I was like, doc, something is wrong. Wait and see. And we come back with the results a week later. He's like, I'm really sorry, something was wrong. I was like, I wanted to say like, no shit, but obviously I was polite in the doctor's office, and he's like, yeah, you've got this bone spur, and we can see something's wrong with the ligament. Your options are either Tommy John surgery or an arthroscopic surgery to fix just the bone spur, and maybe the ligament heals back over time, because ligaments are very, very slow to heal relative to other parts of your body. So what a Tommy John surgery does is, and why this is called the Tommy John ligament, is the original guy to have the surgery, his name was Tommy John, and you literally had this ligament replaced with a different ligament in your body.
Okay. So
it'd be a complete refresh, and it takes, I think, 12 to 18 months to fully recover from the surgery. It's a very expensive surgery too. And I was like, man, I'm, you know, at this rate, I'm probably not going pro, even if I wanted to. Sure, I've got the control, but I don't have the velocity anymore. That's not happening. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, just give me the arthroscopic. Let's fix what's wrong so it doesn't do any more damage. And then we'll just call it, you know. Yeah. So did all that. And I even tried to come back, actually. And I actually went up to New York for a semester, to a school up there that wanted me and wanted to help me like recover.
For sure.
And it was a great team. And I kind of miss being up there. It was upstate New York. But I was like, man, I just need to finish school back at my proper school. So I did that and got my chemistry degree.
Chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah. I was studying. I loved chemistry in high school.
You're a full on actual nerd.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I'm jealous.
No, I don't just say these things, man. I am a nerd.
Two people have said it. It's fact.
There it is. Right. There it is. You can't. There's no more denying it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Loved chemistry in high school. My teacher, the high school chemistry teacher, he's the one that got me into it. He was so passionate about it. It made me passionate about it, and how much fun I had like working on chemistry.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
How do you like if you have what do you do with a chemistry degree?
So there's a lot of stuff. You can either go straight to work in a lab, or a lot of people go to do a master's program.
Yeah.
And either take it to like a biochem master's, or I know some people that have even gone to do like patent law out of a chemistry degree. Really? There's all kinds of stuff, man. Yeah. You can even go to medical school after that. You don't have to do pre-med to go to medical school, as long as you knock out the right prereqs, right?
For sure.
So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do based on a chemistry degree.
Do you have any desire to like get a job in a lab or do anything like that?
That is exactly what happened. Was by the end I was so burnt out from the extra. I didn't realize how rigorous it was.
For sure.
And I was so burnt out on labs, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Just looking at 4 white walls, and I wanted to be, you know, having. I mean, it was pretty fun, but it was just a lot of work.
Yeah, I can imagine. It doesn't seem like an easy like schooling process, an easy job. Like that's fucking gnarly.
Yeah, not at all. Oh, I see my camera's freaking out.
Yeah, I got it. I fixed it on my end, but it looks cool now.
It
looks dope.
Bars. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. So I graduate, luckily.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost failed one class, saved it. And it was a necessary class. Everything else I finished with like a 3.1, I think. So not terrible.
Yeah.
And
I didn't graduate college, so.
Hey, dude, you're in Detroit, dude. Who needs college?
That's what I thought.
College is a joke anyway.
I mean,
for a lot of people.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. So let's see. I graduate, and I'm like, I don't want to do chemistry, but I have a chemistry degree. What the fuck do I do? So luckily, somebody actually offered me a job.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're.
Oh, good, good.
It went back color wise, but now it's like gigantic.
Oh, that's super zoomed in. What the hell?
Hold on, let me fix.
I hope you guys like the right side of my body.
It's real nice. Real nice.
Flex it for you real quick.
Dude, get in there. Give the people the young guns.
No, they're not too toned right now. I haven't been working out much lately.
I haven't worked out in a month and a half, and it's the most depressing thing in the world.
Well, yeah, you have a reason though. You were falling down.
falling
Sorry.
down. Thank you, Sir Booch, for the follow or for the sub. Actually, yeah, I did. Okay, you're back. You're sized correctly now.
All right, excellent. Microphone's still yellow. All right, we're good. I see it.
Yeah.
We call this this is the lemon. This is the stream lemon.
I like it.
So let's see, where were we? Graduated.
Yeah.
So graduate, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do. Our friend who was the pastor of a church I was going to when I was in high school. That's a whole other. We'll probably not bother with talking about that stuff.
No, tell me about your religious upbringing.
Yeah, we're good.
That's what the people really want to hear.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Everybody who doesn't love religion and politics on Twitch, right?
That's actually what after this, we're just getting straight into that for roughly 2 to 3 hours.
That I got all the time in the world, man.
So you graduate college.
Graduate college. Former pastor offers the job, and it's working at a foster care agency. So going from graduating with a chemistry degree to the complete opposite side of the working spectrum.
Yep.
Which is foster care and social work.
Yes.
And I actually do a pretty good job, keeping up with the kids, because I have to go and visit all of these kids that we place into homes.
Yeah.
And make sure they're all good, and hang out with them, have fun with them, play games, all that stuff. Write their reports, make sure they're all good. There was some crazy shit though. CPS tried to pull some bullshit, and like there was this one a CPS agent tried to she forged one of my parents' signatures. By my parents, I mean one of the foster homes I was running, managing. She forged the signature and had this kid placed in the home without their consent.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so she had a kid placed in a home without the consent of the parents that took him in?
Yes, correct.
So the kid just showed up at their house?
Yep. But I mean, they talked about it, and she basically said we'll talk about it. Basically saying no, but nicely.
Yeah.
And no, she's like, oh, that means yes, right?
Wait. So what happens when this kid just shows up?
They had to put them in until we dealt with the other side of it, and all this agent got was just like a slap on the wrist and don't do that again, because they were so desperate for people to work for them, because nobody wants to work for CPS.
What the fuck? What fucking what was her motive there? I just need to.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. People are just crazy. If there's anything I've learned from Twitch, it's that people are crazy. But
not from working for CPS. For anything I learned from Twitch, people are nuts. I can imagine that working for CPS is fucking nuts. Because you're dealing with not only dealing with the foster system, but I'm sure you're dealing with some families or situations that are kind of shit, and dealing with getting kids out of bad situations, probably.
Exactly. Well, there's that, and then there's actually a lot of I call it secondhand depression, because I'm a pretty empathetic person, right? So when somebody I know feels something and I'm aware they're feeling something, I kind of also take on some of that and try to help. So yeah, secondhand emotional trauma is a thing if you're working for foster care stuff. So that hit me hard, because I only have so much social energy, as I call it, and I pretty much burn it on the stream every day. So I was like, okay, I don't know if this is it for me. I did that for about a year, saved up enough so I moved out and got an apartment, and then I was going to go do nursing school was the new goal.
Okay.
So started working towards nursing school, which actually is right over here. That's why that's why I moved to this area I'm in now. And I finished off the prereqs, and I was like, once I finish these prereqs, I'll be a shoo-in with my chemistry degree to wherever I want to go.
Yeah.
But this whole time, I would say about 3 months. No, actually, I started streaming before I graduated. Right, I was just doing that on the side. It was fun. Maybe get some people to come in and play a song or two for them.
For sure.
And for the 1 or 2 people that would watch me at the start, and so that whole time, this was kind of slowly building up. And by the time I finished my prereqs for nursing school, the stream had hit a point where I was getting enough support, not to live completely like as a career yet, but enough to where I had enough saved, and it was a jumping off point.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I'm taking this chance. This is literally a dream, right?
For sure.
So this was the start of 2019. I was like, fuck it. I finished the prereqs. I've got all the prereqs I need done still, and I could still apply to nursing school whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going full time, and I started doing my 6 to 8 hours a day. And throughout 2019, I go from like 20 to 30 average viewers to about 50 to 60.
Yeah.
And then 2020 comes around, and then COVID hits.
Yep.
And then everybody's got to stay at home, and my viewership just went whoop from March 2020 to like May 2020. It's just like this, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I got my partnership was last May.
Yeah.
And that's no coincidence that the pandemic hit, right? So, and then all these awesome musicians, yourself included, started coming onto Twitch and bringing all of your audience that I bet some had never heard of Twitch before.
For sure. A lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I was able to build these connections with these band members that I love, right? Of these members of bands that I love, and now the members that I love themselves, right? So it's just been
bands. I just like the dudes, you know.
Yeah. No, these dudes are cool, but music,
music's okay. I just really like.
I like
his heart.
Exactly. that big old B style heart, you know.
Oh, you know, that's awesome. It's funny because like earlier when we started, you're like, yeah, you know, it's good. I only did about 4 hours. I don't think I've ever streamed for 4 hours. We were discussing it the other day about doing like a 12-hour stream or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's like I didn't even realize it for sure until we were talking to you and I'm like, am I the laziest Twitch streamer ever? Like,
no, I am just crazy. And I get this comment like 5 times a day, like, holy shit, you're on your 6 hour of playing. I'm like, yeah, if I don't finish the 6 hours, something's wrong today, you know?
Yeah. Do you do how many days a week do you
do? 6. I do Monday through Saturday.
Fucking animal.
Yeah, it's it's so much fun, dude. Like there's days where I'll hit the 6 hours, it feels like 3, and I'm just like, I guess we're gonna keep going, guys. You know, because it's hitting this point where it's a snowball down a hill, man.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you're killing it. You can see it from the outside too. Like, I mean, I have, you know, a short list of people that I follow and always check in on, and it's like, you just look at your consistent numbers. You know what I mean?
It's
crazy.
been awesome.
It's crazy.
I'm so lucky, dude.
One, it's true. Like everything that you know you've ever told me or Heafy's told me about Twitch, it's like one of the main components of success, I feel, is consistency. And like, no matter what you're doing, as long as you're consistent in it, like that's what people are looking for in Twitch. Like they're looking to have something they can kind of depend on, to like, oh, I know that he's on 6 days a week from this time to this time. So it's like even just that alone, you just sticking to that, the growth is fucking obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is dope.
That's the first piece of advice. Anybody that asks me for streaming advice, it's the first piece of advice I give people is be consistent. If they don't know when you're starting, they don't know when to be there, right?
Exactly.
But if you hammer home,
they're not always looking at social media. They're not always looking at like your Instagram or whatever to be like, hey, we're live right now. Like they just know, you know, like I didn't have my schedule in my like information for like months, months, until one of my friends was like, you should probably do that because people actually look at that. Like people actually look to see when you're streaming. And then I've gotten like texts or Instagram messages that are like, are you not streaming today? I looked on your, I'm like, oh fuck. Like, but yes, all that shit's important. People pay attention.
And I think I was the one. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, I was so new to all of this that I didn't fucking know what I'm doing. I still don't know what I'm doing.
Right. It's hard, man. There's so many things that people don't tell you when you first dive in. And I think I was even the one that gave you the tip about like Instagram throttling just pure links in the chat. So you post those pictures, right, of your stream chat, and I'm sure it does a lot better.
100%.
You know?
100%. Yeah. Like it was like even just little things that I didn't think about, that I didn't know. Like, yeah, you were the one that was like, yo, post photos or videos from your stream to promote your stream. Like Heafy was like, stop posting your stream schedule. Yeah. Thank you, Stevered. Wait, what? Steve Redemption. I'm so bad at reading. Steve Redemption.
Steve Redemption.
Steve Redemption. Heafy was like, stop posting photos of your stream schedule because the Instagram algorithm is just burying it because it's all text. Like, post a dumb photo and then slide to your schedule if you want it. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff. And
okay.
fuck, it's funny. Ford just said, luckily we have Ford. Ford was the one that was like, you need to get all this shit on your YouTube channel because Twitch is kind of rough for discovery. It's not an easy platform for discovering people. Whereas YouTube, if you know, if someone types in, you know, Papa Roach or Atreyu or Young Gun or anything that's like, it's gonna pop up in the discovery page and get to them easier, and then you can get people to your Twitch page from your YouTube page. Like, I never fucking thought about any of this shit. I'm just thinking about in the beginning of like, oh, it's just kind of like another social media platform, and like it will build in that platform. But it's almost as if I feel like Twitch is almost is something that builds from the outside in more so than it builds internally.
That makes sense. Yeah, Twitch is something that builds, I would say, from people building each other.
Yes.
You know, like people rating into each other and stuff. That's not something you see a lot on any other platform, right?
No,
because it's not as shareable between people.
Well, and there's nothing immediate to share. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like I've gotten so many followers and so many people sub to the channel from same thing, from like you rating or Heafy rating or like all the Trivium dudes rating my page or like just random people like that. Like that's been huge. I remember the first like it was in the first couple of months I was on, and I was doing like an Atreyu album listen through. I was like, that was kind of one of the things I started doing, like at the beginning, and I was still like on my I was on my iPad, and I had the music playing from a little like brick like stereo box. It was like next to the iPad. That was my rig. So shitty. And I remember Heafy rated me with like 800 people or something ridiculous, and I'm like, I don't even know what's happening right now. And I remember looking at the analytics afterwards and like the insight page, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Because that was like the same time where like I don't know if Necro is on yours. Well, I think Necro watches your stream too, but it was like a handful of like Necro and Ray and a couple dudes that are all on my stream, like all came in at the same time and we're dropping like 20 bombs and like all it was. I'm like, wait, I don't understand. Is this happen all the time? And he's like, no, it doesn't. But just enjoy it. And I'm like, wait, I don't know. No, like you just brought your people to my page and now they all are watching, and I like learning this whole platform has been so interesting, but fucking awesome at the same time. It really is. It's like people helping people.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, Ray. I see Ray and Necro going crazy for you.
They're nuts, bro.
Ethan too, popping off.
Ethan's fucking bananas. Ethan's in the club. Ethan's in the emote club. I think if you broke 100 gifts, then you get your own emote.
Ooh, that's cool.
Ethan,
that's a good
Necro,
idea.
Ray. Who else has one? 500. Sorry, 500. There you go.
Yeah. Thanks, Annie.
Yeah, Necro, Ray, and Ethan so far, and then Annie has an emote because she's the best mod ever. I'm still waiting on a Ford photo so he can get an emote because he's also the best mod ever.
Heck yeah.
I like how they have to remind me what it is. Like
they run your channel. This is what I say is right. They run your channel, right? You just show up and do the thing. You just work here.
Straight up.
You know.
And even like the other dudes, like when I first started like, you know, streaming, and people like idiots would come on and say shit, whatever, and I'd see the thing disappear. I'm like, wait, what just happened? I'm like, I can't read that comment, and they're like, oh, like your mods booted. I'm like, they're good. There was just people being idiots. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
All right, cool. Yeah. Thanks, mods.
So funny, dude. Fucking Ethan talking about the iPad. Literally, it was in every fucking stream was my iPad would just fall over at some point. It was like everything I did, because literally for the first like couple months I was on my iPad, and then I was working on my Mac, and it was the worst. I could literally stream with nothing else going. I couldn't play music from the same computer. I couldn't have guests on because it would be so glitchy and like whatever.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Then I finally got my rig now, so it's like decent, but dude, so many dumb streams from my iPad. I do it now and it like makes me mad. Like when I had COVID, I was like mad. I was doing streams from like the bedroom. I'm like, I fucking hate this. Like I can't see what's going on. That. I don't like the way my page looks.
I remember you doing it on for your cooking streams too.
Yeah. For sure. The last cooking stream I did, I actually like brought the whole rig into the kitchen. Like brought my computer into the kitchen, the monitor and everything, so it could be legit, like multi cameras and shit.
Absolutely. You gotta show. You gotta show off that cooking prowess, man.
I know. I want to start doing it more. It's just like it's super fun. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, mother of cats. It's super fun, but like it's funny because the people that came, it was always like the same, like maybe 20 to 30 people that came.
Right.
It
Those were the
never,
only streams I could make most
for sure,
times
but it
because
never
of my
grew from
schedule.
there. It never grew from
Oh
there.
yeah.
And a lot of them, the reality was a lot of them were like kind of expensive because like if we'd always make a cocktail to go with the drink. So you're buying like
Sure.
a bottle of booze and the drink ingredients, plus then all the ingredients for the whole thing. Now, like
Mhm.
there were some streams where I was like, one of them I did like a freaking Wagyu fucking tomahawk steak. And it was
Yeah.
like the steak was fucking $120. You know what I mean? So it was like one of these things where it was like okay, we're doing these cooking streams and they're fun, but like if the stream isn't badass, like I'm in the hole. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. At what cost, right?
Exactly. But it was still fun. I think Ash was like, you should still do those like once a month or every other month or something.
Yeah.
They're
For
still
the
fun.
people, right?
I'm not doing them anytime soon because I'm horrified to use a knife. But
Oh, I bet, yeah.
dude, my wife got me this knife for Christmas, obviously
Okay.
before I injured myself. But it's like
Right.
one of those big like, it's shaped like a big fucking like almost half moon.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's a massive blade.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's the only knife I've used because you can literally just like one hand it because it's so sharp. So I'm just like my right hand behind my left hand behind my back and just like just like hacking away at stuff. It's the only thing I'm comfortable with. Thank
Just
you, Steve,
winging
for
it.
the sub. Dude, the meatballs were good. The meatballs were fucking. Oh, you still have the gravy in your freezer. See, that was dope when people were actually cooking along with me.
Oh, that's cool.
Because a lot of times I would post the grocery list like a couple days before, so like you
Ooh.
could cook along with me if you wanted.
That's
that
sick.
was fun.
Brandon Lagasse.
Hell yeah, dude. Guy Brandon Fietti.
Kick it up a notch, dude.
Yeah, bam. We used to
Oh,
joke
man.
about you using knives. Now it's a little too traumatic to joke about. Yeah, it's not funny. I made a joke about I made a knife joke the other day to my mom and Ash, and they were very upset with me. Like,
Oh man.
like I was because my pinky is completely numb. So
They were probably more traumatized by that than you were.
100%. We've had many discussions of that. That it was this whole situation has been much more horrifying and traumatic, seriously, on them than it was me. Because in my head, my mom's watching right now, very upset. Yeah, for me, I was just like, oh, I'm cut myself bad. I'm gonna go to the hospital. This will be okay. But for them, it was like, is my son/husband gonna die? I don't know what's happening right now.
Right, because it hit the artery, right?
Oh, it was brutal, bro. I'll send you the photo. It's disgusting.
Yeah, not on stream.
Not on stream. Although everyone on my stream's like, dude, show it. I'm like, I can't do it.
You can't. You literally, it's against TOS. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I won't do it. I won't do it. Mama
And
Sal's in the house.
blood and stuff. Yeah, Mama Saller. Hi, Mrs. Saller.
Let's see it, dude. We're on him with Young Gun. He's the best. But so the other day I used the knife. I was like, guys, I successfully used the knife. And I made a joke because my pinky's numb. So even my therapist was like, maybe like try not to use knives or be really careful because at this point you could cut your pinky off and not feel it.
You wouldn't feel it.
And just
yeah,
be like, oh,
dude.
I'm fine. So like I was like made a joke where I was like, oh guys, like I made it. I'm all good. Didn't cut my finger, but my pinky's like hanging off. Like I didn't even know about it. They didn't like that joke at all. Like both of them were like, that's not fucking funny. Like I don't understand what you think is funny about this. I'm like, I'm sorry. I will not make the jokes anymore. I will not make exactly. My mom comes on right when I mention the joke that she hated.
Oh man,
that was a blessing.
Beautiful.
She came for Christmas, and I got COVID the day after she got here. So immediately she quarantined with us. She had to quarantine in our house for.
Right.
I was in my bedroom, but she would quarantine with us for 2 weeks, just because of being in contact. And then it was like almost New Year's, and it was like, okay, well, why don't you just stay till like right after the New Year? That way, we can have New Year's and whatever. And then I did this whole thing. So she's like, okay. She just went home last week. She was here for like 2 months almost. It was a blessing though. So nice to like have one.
What a mom.
Oh, dude,
what a mom.
She was so crucial with helping Ash with the kids, and like it was just nice. She lives in Washington, so like we don't get to spend like big chunks of time together. It's always like a week or two when we visit there or she visits here. So to have like months, it's been a decade almost. The last time we spent this much time together is when she got in an accident like 8 years ago. So she got in a crazy accident too. She was on the back of a 3-wheeler. My mom likes to party.
Hell yeah.
And they turned and it freaking ran over her foot. And she like foot was like the wrong way and shit, had all these crazy surgeries and yada yada yada. But we took care of her after the hospital. But that's the last time we got to spend like long periods of time together. So it was definitely nice. A horrific blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. I will say I'm going to preface this with my mom is the best mom in the world, but your mom is also the best mom in the world.
Absolutely.
what it sounds like.
BPCG. I wish I could spend
I
more time with
see.
my mom. Monkey paw curls. Literally, I have. So you can see it. These two fingers, how they're kind of like, it looks like a monkey paw.
Right. Oh no, you literally did.
Yeah, it looks like a monkey.
Wow.
That's my main thing. Like that all
Yeah.
my from exercises and stuff. I have like a brace that I put on my finger to like keep it like straight like this.
Hmm.
And then that's the whole thing, is working on my nerves to like get them to go back to normal. But until then, I go to like get water in my mouth in the sink when I'm like brushing my teeth, and it's the
Hmm.
dumbest looking thing. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? Like what?
You thought it's not even.
What is my hand? Why are you doing
Oh,
that? And like this
that's
too,
crazy.
like I can't. So this thumb you bend and it just goes in.
Uh-huh.
This one
Yeah.
goes like this.
Whoa.
I can't keep it straight.
Wow.
Yeah, nerves are weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'll be good. It's funny. So my physical therapist, I go last week for my first like, assessment, and then my first one was yesterday. And sloth monkey paw, exactly. Thank you, Steve Redemption, for gifting a sub. Appreciate it. So we go the other day, and she does my whole thing. Obviously, I have a mask on, so she can't see anything. And she's doing my whole thing. I'm there for like 2 hours, and then I go to leave, and I have my Live, Love, Burn, Die hoodie on, and it says Atreyu on the back. She's like, "Oh, does your sweatshirt say Atreyu?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my god, it's like one of my favorite bands of all time."
Nice.
And I'm like, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah, like I love them since high school, and like I never got to see you guys because my parents would never let me go to your show because they're always too scared."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Oh, like I'm in that. That's my band."
That's my band.
And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What do I mean?" I was like, "I'm in that. I'm in that band." She was like, "Oh
Man.
my god!" And the people at her work were like making fun of her. They're like, "You didn't like recognize the name or like
It's brand
anything?"
right?
And she's like, "Oh, I don't." Honestly, she's like, "Don't take offense, but like specifically with heavy music and like rock music, I never
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to the artists. I just listen to like the music. Like,
Okay.
she's like, the only like people I know, like their names are like solo artists because that's like what they're called. So like
Okay.
like Beyonce because she's Beyonce. But like when you think of like Atreyu, she's like, I just think of it as like a thing. I'm like,
You
oh,
don't think of
that's
Alex,
cool.
Dan, Travis,
Yeah,
Brandon,
yeah. You
right?
don't think about that. Like, so it's one
Porter.
of those. Yeah. So, uh, I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'm like, well, we get to hang out for the next 6 weeks. Hopefully, you're cool. She's very cool. But she's like, oh shit, like we definitely have to get your finger better. I'm like, she's like, what do you do like for whatever? And I'm like, well, I'm in a band for a living. I'm like, I sing, so I don't need this hand technically. I'm like, but I do write music, so I need to play guitar and like
Right.
stuff like that. And she's like, oh my god, she's like, we really need to we have to get your hand better. I'm like,
I
yes.
was kind of thinking about that, right? With like the timing of you dropping drums and just being frontman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how crazy is that, right? That
Literally every one of my friends was like, good thing you don't play drums anymore. I was like,
no shit, dude.
I guess. But it does suck though, because
Yeah.
with this, I can't. I mean, most of my streams are me playing acoustic guitar, which is cool. It's moved us into like new things with like just singing songs and the requests and like a lot more of like this kind of like the vodcast kind of vibe, which has
Mm-hmm.
been really fun and like almost kind of an upgrade for my stream, I think. But still on the writing front, like I sit down with a guitar all the time, and like writing is my main thing. Like I
Right.
write a lot for TV, film, and like write for other bands and stuff too. So it's like can't do. I pick my guitar up like I try once a week for the last like couple weeks, and I pick it up and I'm just like, nope, like this just like a meatball mush. Like there's no, there's no like shape. So
It's not happening.
yeah, it's definitely weird. So I mean, professionally, as far as the band goes, it's couldn't be better timing. But as far as just like my day to day, I'm just like, damn it, I would need to play guitar. I had a session yesterday with one of my main writing partners that I do the American Gentleman project with,
Okay.
and he was like, he's like, cool, yeah. He's like, maybe we'll get the guitar because he got a bunch of new gear. He's like, I really want to hear the guitar through this. And I was like, yeah, about that guitar thing. Like, it could be a second.
Yeah, this it's not working. Sorry.
I can like one finger, some single string shit, but it's definitely healing. It's already on the up and up. You know how that process goes. It's
yes,
just
sir.
like you probably don't see it, but then like you go to like the therapy every week, and like from last week, she's like, oh, like your measurements are improving and this and that, and your dexterity is improving, and like, but you don't know it because you just see your weird limb. You know what I mean?
There's that, and then it's because you see everything as it happens, right? They
sure.
see it in these chunks,
Yeah.
So you only see the different, that little small difference each day to day. It doesn't feel any different, but it is, right?
Yeah.
So
Have you ever done mirror therapy?
no, what's that?
Dude, it was crazy. So there's like a little kind of like pyramid, like triangle box, and there's a
Okay.
mirror on one side. So I put my hand inside the triangle, right?
Okay.
So that I can't see it. It's
Okay.
covered. It's at an angle, and then I put my other hand in front of the mirror, so it looks like I'm looking at both of my hands, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's just my hand and its reflection. Now you do the same movements with both hands. So the mirror looks like your left hand is doing the same thing your right hand's doing, but it's not.
Okay.
It trains it's retraining your brain to
Yeah.
activate the nerves in the bad hand, and your motion when you're doing that is like exceedingly better because your brain is not seeing it fail. It's seeing You're seeing a completely
You're seeing
healthy
the
movement.
success of the other hand.
So your brain is like, cool, I can do that. So like your movement is just way better. It is so weird. She took like a
Wow.
video of like the back, and she's like, look, like your hands are like your hands moving so much better the other way. Like
That's
then
crazy.
when you take it out and do it, it's crazy. I've never done it before.
That's the whole concept, right? You tell yourself you can do it, you can do it, you know?
For sure. Even like, dude, my trainer, because he obviously, like, I'm waiting for the go ahead from my physical therapist to be able to start working out again. And
Mhm.
like, dude, I was on one, bro. Like, the last 6 months of my life, I've like been getting in like one of the best shapes I've ever been in my life. Like, fucking
Mhm.
strong and like losing weight and like really on it. And then the last like month and a half were just like, because I was like fucking holidays, bummed out because I got a
Yep.
wonky ass hand. Just like my mom's in town, so we're just like making meals and drinking all the time. It's horrible for my diet. But
Right.
he was saying, he's like, oh dude, he's like, the crazy thing is, he's like, as soon as you can start, we'll start, and we'll just kind of leave your left arm out of it.
Mhm.
He goes, there's the similar thing where like there's many cases of like dudes that maybe like broke their left arm, and they would work out and do like right arm exercises and still kind of move the arm with no weight, and
Mhm.
sort of just do everything like you would, same way, like motion wise,
Okay.
that at the end, like say like after a period of time, showed the same growth in their left arm, in their bad arm that was not lifting weight,
Whoa.
as they did in their arm that was actually lifting the weight, because your brain just tells like your muscles to contract or flex or resist.
Right.
So it's like, if you it's like, just think about it and think like you're still lifting weights, and it has proven to work. I'm like, that's
That's cool.
fucking nuts. That is
That is
absolutely
crazy.
nuts. Yeah. So I'm just gonna like just do a bunch of freaking bicep curls and just think about my left arm being super buff. Just,
I love it.
yeah, but it's funny. Like, dude, Ash got me like a freaking mace. I have like a steel mace to work out with and shit. Haven't touched it.
Like what Matt was doing?
Yeah, same thing. So
Nice.
I got introduced to that like literally right at the first same time as he posted the video. I texted
Mhm.
him like, bro, I'm like, Viking training. He's like, how awesome is it? It's like the best shit
So
ever.
cool.
You're literally just like swinging a steel fucking pole around. It's
And
great.
you feel like a fucking warrior the whole time, right? I mean,
100%, dude. You straight up
yeah.
feel so badass. Like all the things, it was like a mace and then like a steel club. It was just so much better than like
That's
any
cool.
other weight, because you just feel like a freaking savage. He kept
Dude.
calling it Road to Valhalla. He's like, Viking shit.
Nice.
My trainer's this like dope German dude. So he has like a thick accent and just like always talks about doing Viking shit.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he did like a DNA test, and it turned out that he's like 70% Germanic Viking.
Wow.
I was like, that's
So
hard.
he naturally
That's
knows
fucking
his
hard.
shit.
Yeah.
He's
I was like, that's a
born to
hard
do
ass
this.
lineage. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking mostly Viking.
I bet you all of that dude's family conquered England at some point.
100%. Yeah, a lot of pillaging. A lot of
Yeah.
pillaging. So good.
Oh,
There's
man.
this. Well, fuck. I've only seen like 2 episodes. There's this show. I think it's called. Is it called Viking? No, it's not called Vikings. Show on Netflix. It's like about Vikings and like a super period style show, but
Okay.
it's done. It's done like in like a comedy format.
Okay.
Fuck,
Oh,
what
I know what you're talking about. I've heard of this show.
Yeah, it's like that. It's the same thing. It's like there's a version of the show essentially, but with vampires. I think it's called What They Do.
Oh, with the shadows. Yeah,
What They Do in the
Taika
Shadows.
Waititi.
Yeah, like
Oh my
it's
God,
it's
yeah.
like that, but Vikings.
That sounds so cool.
It's
Oh, okay. I've got to
fucking
see this.
great. Yeah, it's
It's on
super,
Netflix?
super good. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay. I'll check
Really
this out.
fucking good. Really fucking good. We just went off on a tangent there, didn't we?
Oh, no, I love. Well, I was gonna add to it, man. There's a Viking show I was into. I don't know if you get into anime at all. There's a few I like. This one's called Vinland Saga, and it's like a super serious like Viking anime. It's so sick.
Crazy.
And it's got an actual like post-hardcore theme song.
Sick.
It just
Norseman.
rips, dude.
It's called Norseman. Thank you, Ethan.
Okay, Norseman. Yeah, perfect. I'll check this out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean, for following. Yeah, definitely check it out. What are you into? Fucking, that's a good. I like that's a good topic of discussion. Super fucking lame, but so relevant. What do you TV wise? What's your shit? I know you just said you're into anime. I'm definitely not, but
yeah, I mean, I'm a surface level guy for anime. I don't get into like the, as you would call it, weeb shit. So Breaking Bad is probably my favorite show of all time, fitting with the chemistry degree. I know,
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
That's why you went to school. For that.
Exactly.
Like, fuck, I can just cook up drugs.
I actually used to know like the synthetic method for that stuff, but we won't get much into that.
That was a darker period of my life, and I got out of it fast.
I was desperate. Okay. So yeah, Breaking Bad's amazing. I loved Game of Thrones for like 5 or 6 seasons, and then we can either go into that or we can avoid it. But I hated the last 2 seasons.
I kind of like this discussion. I like this discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How did you feel about it?
I watched it all the way to the end, and I thought it was cool. Like, second to last episode made me extremely mad because he was just dark. Yeah. You couldn't see anything. But what ended up happening, I was like, okay, like I liked a lot of the shit that happened. Mm-hmm. It kind of caught me weird, like kind of in the middle where it just became so much like, it's so funny to complain about this, but you're like, there's more dick. Hey, look, boobs. Oh, weird, like dirty people fucking. Like you're like, what the fuck is this show? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing? Why does this have to do with the scene? Like there was a lot of that. That was like back in the day. I used to.
That was the early Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We used to watch fucking what's that fucking vampire show? Why is my brain dead today? With fucking Sookie and what's that show? True Blood. We used to watch True Blood all the time, and we loved it. But it's the same thing. You're like, why are these dudes boning right? Like, why are they boning right now? Like, there's a scene from True Blood. The vampire dude comes out of the dirt. This chick's like walking around the cemetery. He comes out of the dirt, presumably erect already, straight into sex. First of all,
hell yeah.
How do vampires bone? No blood, no boner. Second of all, straight out of the dirt, that is asking for an infection. It's not probable. It's not a good idea. Bye, Mom. See you, Mom. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got the Powerwolf song, right? Resurrection by Erection. I mean,
so it is a thing. It is a thing. Yeah, but what turned you off about Game of Thrones?
Okay, it was all it was just how rushed it was, and the story just fell apart, right? So the first thing that really got me was them going. So they go up to beyond north of the wall, right, to get what was it they're getting? No, they were getting a walker, right, to show everybody.
Yeah.
And then they have Gendry run, right? Like they make this man run all through the fucking night, like presumably hundreds of miles. That's not, first off, that's not happening. Second, somehow they get a raven all the way across literally the entire continent, and to have Daenerys come back in the same night.
Yeah. None of it made sense.
Fuck?
Yeah, there's definitely some shit where you're like, no.
No, I was like, and then I just started seeing through all like the story just fell apart. Like, then you have everything in the last episode where Daenerys goes crazy because she hears bells, and then you have like King's Landing all of a sudden is in a desert, and then what was the point of the Golden Company? They just get roasted by like some average soldiers when they're like some crazy build. They build up this big thing about the Golden Company.
There was no point.
They just kind of die, and then they talk about all these elephants. Where were the elephants?
True. You know what I did fucking hate, and who I do fucking hate? Bran. Yeah. I don't think.
Dude,
get the fuck out of here.
Doing
At the end, I was like, really? It's fucking Bran? He's the fucking dude? Like, he's the fucking one that, like, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Who has a better story than Bran? Literally everybody. Yes. That's who, Tyrion. Tyrion became a fucking idiot. Like, he was the smartest dude. Yeah. And then somehow, Arya says Sansa's the smartest person she knows when she knows Tyrion. Like, hello?
Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right. You're right, actually. You know what? I think I liked it for just entertainment factor, but there's a lot of stupid shit that happened toward the end.
Yeah. Okay. And then Jaime Lannister set up to be one of the greatest redemption stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude has been like fighting for everybody, right? He
Squashed.
literally leaves Westeros, ditches Cersei to go fight for the White Walkers. Then he comes back and she's like, "You came back." He's like, "Yeah, I never cared about the people." Bullshit. Everything you did was showing that you cared about the people. What was the point of everything you did from season 3 onwards
Yeah.
if you didn't care about the people? It was terrible show writing.
Yeah.
I literally, like 65 days there in chat. I can't watch another episode. I can't do it.
I don't think we've talked. Me and Ash have talked about rewatching, and we haven't done it yet, obviously. But I mean, there was a lot of it that was entertaining, but yeah, towards the end, it did fall apart quite a bit.
Oh, and so like, what's his face? Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah.
Is like, in the books he's some badass like pirate, right? Absolute monster. And then in the show he's like Jack Sparrow or something. I don't know. Some absolute joke.
You don't think Jack Sparrow's a badass pirate?
I mean, what's the like the very first scene, right? Where he the ship sinks and Jack walks onto shore, and the guy's like, you're the worst pirate I've ever heard of, but you have heard of me.
Yeah. So I love that, dude. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
But you have heard of me.
So
I like how people are like, yeah, for sure, don't even hate watch it. Just save yourself.
Yeah, no, I can't. I just can't go back. Like I almost tried to, and I was gonna pretend it ended at season 6 where Daenerys is crossing the sea to come to, and it ends there. Cliffhanger, perfect ending.
Yep.
I can't do it because I know, right? It's my memory, like we talked about earlier. I remember everything. So
I feel like I wanted more. I feel like the dragon action didn't really get it for me.
No, well,
it gave it to you at first when they're like fucking blasting out White Walkers and like they're like destroying everything, but then like shit started happening to the dragons, and you're like, that's all that took? Like, wait, what? Like,
yeah, oh yeah, and then the bolts, right? Like,
yeah,
they were talking about how hard it is to hit a dragon, and then fucking Euron just snipes 2 of them. Like, okay,
no problem.
Yeah,
I wanted to see. We were talking about this. I wanted to see White Walker dragon.
Yeah, we only got a little bit of that, and then like John should have been. I guess John's a Targaryen, so the fire thing I can forgive that.
Yeah,
John should have been roasted, but like he is Targaryen, so okay there, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, and then like like you were saying, the White Walker battle was dark as fuck. You couldn't see anything.
The Starbucks cup was good. That was great. That was a great
and the Starbucks cup.
That was a great biff.
Oh my god.
Actually, I appreciated that.
Oh, and then like I was saying earlier, Tyrion becoming Varys has no dick. Like that's all that was his only line the last 2 seasons, was making fun of Varys being a eunuch.
Yeah. Pretty like, shallow. Pretty thin. Complete
character destruction, man. And I'm just, and the best part is that the 2 writers, right? They were supposed to do some Star Wars thing, and that's why they were rushing Game of Thrones, and then they lost Star Wars because Game of Thrones sucked, I'm pretty sure. And the most notable thing, right, is you can look in pop culture, right? Look at how obsessed people were with Game of Thrones on Twitter. The day after, I mean, you see the complaints about the episode, then nothing. It is just dropped from the face of the earth in terms of like pop culture, in terms of everybody talking about, which house would you want to, or like which house do you support? Who's your favorite? And I mean, I took a Game of Thrones poster off my walls because I just was done with it.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a Game of Thrones poster over here that's got all the. It's a really cool design. Has all the like the big 7 families on it, and just cool like logos for all the houses. And just now I'm just like, you know what, I can't anymore.
You're all fucked.
Maybe when George finishes the books and I can finish all the books and I can get into that part of it again. But for now, man, it's gonna stay right over there.
Everyone said like everyone's like the books are tight, but that's kind of the case with almost everything that becomes.
For sure. I think there's 2 series that have done it right, and that is Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings probably better than Harry Potter.
I've never seen all of either of those.
Oh man, it's an experience. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a necessary thing. Harry Potter, I've seen like 3 of them. Lord of the Rings, I don't think I've seen.
I would say Lord of the Rings would be better for you over Harry Potter for sure.
Yeah.
It's an experience, man. It's fun. You don't have to know anything about it going in. They're that well done, right? I mean, there's such well-contained stories within just the Lord of the Rings, story. You would love it.
Did you get into Umbrella Academy at all?
No, but I keep meaning to check it out.
Dude, it's fucking
It's
awesome.
another Netflix show. That's Robert Pattinson's show, right? Or no? No,
Well,
I'm thinking of Ellen. No, I'm thinking of Ellen Page, who
Ellen
is
Page.
now
What is her
what's
name?
his name?
Yeah.
His name now. Starts
Um,
with an E.
yeah,
It still starts with an E. Elliot Page.
Elliot Page. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be interesting because he plays a girl in the previous show.
Yeah.
So
So
I
what
wonder
happened to the show? Yeah,
what happens to the show, or does he just play a girl again?
that's a good question.
Because it is overall, after all, just acting.
Like, yeah.
Men have played women and vice versa.
Exactly.
I had this discussion with Ash because we love that every season of that show so far, and I wonder if that's a thing, if you come out as trans and identify as the other sex, do you still play female characters?
They've done it for literally centuries.
Yeah.
I don't see why it couldn't work. I'm sure they could find a way.
Yeah, absolutely. That show is fucking awesome. That show
Okay,
is
I'll be checking it out.
super good.
Somebody said Gerard Way's in it. I saw
He wrote it. So he wrote.
Oh, he wrote it. Oh,
he
shit.
wrote the books. Like Umbrella Academy was a graphic novel series,
Okay.
and he wrote it. And then
Oh, sick. Well, then I
Netflix
feel like
bought
I'm obligated to check it out then.
it's dope. Like there's a lot of, I don't know how much he has to do with everything now. Like I don't know how that works. Like when someone buys your story,
Right? Do you still have creative control?
Because I
And so
mean,
I'm sure they like
aesthetically,
consult him, right?
I would imagine so, because aesthetically it's still very like, you see it, like the way it's written, like the characters and the way they dress and the aesthetic of the whole show. It's
Mhm.
it very much makes sense for like Gerard's brain, but
Yeah.
like it's fucking great. Obviously, like I
Okay.
started watching it just because like, oh, like support a homie's show, like that's, you have to get into it.
Yeah.
But like
Absolutely.
it's fucking great. That's the worst, because you don't want it to be bad.
You're right. Like,
"Good
hey,
job, dude."
Gerard.
Yeah, good
sorry,
show,
man.
man. What was your favorite part?
When it ended.
Third episode. I love the third episode. The main character is great.
Yeah, it's just super generic answers, right?
Yeah,
But they can't like grill you on it because they just thankful for you watching it.
for sure. Yeah, and he said he works. It's different from the books as well. But I think
Okay.
I mean the books are like still going. Like there's a lot of. I'm not into comics or graphic novels either. But
Sure.
Yeah. Which, are you into comics or graphic novels at all?
Not as much. No. I love all the stuff that comes from them, like all the Marvel movies that came out from the Marvel comics, but I've
For sure.
never read a Marvel comic. So, I don't know if that makes me a fake nerd. I think my nerd cred is still good, but
I think you're more like I mean, I'm not telling you what you are, but I
sure.
think you're more of like a legit smart nerd.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there's
Well,
a difference.
I'll
There's a
it.
difference.
Yeah.
Like not all like comic book, like anime, action figure nerds.
Definitely
like
video
smart.
game. Definitely video game nerd too.
I feel like a lot of the video game nerds were smart.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, I
'cause-
put thousands of hours into Halo. So.
Dude, Porter was deep into Halo.
Oh, I've talked about that.
Porter is our resident nerd.
Nice.
He's the dude. Travis plays video games quite a
Okay.
bit, but like he just like, he'll get into a game and play it forever and then get into the next game. But he's not like fanatical. Like Porter was like dumb into Halo. Like his house that he used to live at back in the day with like a few of his homies, they would have like 6 TVs set up and have like
Yes.
full on like fucking marathons. Just
That's
like
so cool.
a bunch of nerds in the dark playing Halo for hours and hours and hours. Then
we did that too.
he got super into Magic. He
Okay.
still
Makes
still
sense.
plays Magic.
God.
And then he got super into, what's the fucking computer game where like build worlds and build characters, and what the fuck's it called?
Build worlds
This
and
is like 10 years ago.
I mean, World of Warcraft is big.
World of
but-
Warcraft.
Okay, that's the
He
one.
got like
All right.
super into that. He used to like sell characters.
Really, he would just grind
Like-
it out and like make money off of that.
Yeah, dude, we were like
That's
when
crazy.
we were doing Warp Tour. It was like Warped or something.
Uh huh.
And it would be like we get into a hotel, and Porter would go straight in. He would eat, take a shower, and then you just see him like walking around the hotel with his laptop, trying to find the best internet spot, like the Wi-Fi spot. And then he would
I
just
can see he's internet Wi-Fi hunting.
yeah, and he would just sit there for
I've done it
like
too.
he would sit there for like fucking like
Oh,
10
man.
hours, 12 hours. And like you'd get up like in the morning, like, oh cool, bus calls at like 6 a.m. You get up like 6 a.m. to go to the bus, and like,
He's still
just, like,
going.
still in the fucking thing. But like then you'd go and you'd like go into his hotel room,
Mhm.
and it would be like him, like Eddie from Thrice, Gerard Way, like random ass dudes like in the biggest bands on the tour, just like nerding out playing World of Warcraft.
That's so
It
cool,
was
dude.
awesome. I was like, dude, this is hilarious. If kids could see this right now.
Man,
Like,
and I hope to have an experience like that one day, because I do want to try to tour with, whoever is looking after this is all over. So
Yeah.
just to like nerd out with, people rocking out too.
Oh,
That
it's
sounds
awesome.
so cool.
Most dudes in bands are dorks. We only have, like I said, we
Exactly.
pretty much just have Porter. But now he like digs more into like, I think he does like, he's mostly into like photos and all that kind of stuff now. But
Yeah,
still,
I've been
he still
watching
plays
him.
some games.
He'll stream all his single player games he's doing. Like he's on Cyberpunk right now.
Yeah, but he definitely games for it. Travis is better. Travis played this game like years ago. It was Rami Malek's like first big thing he got. He was on some game. He was a character in a game. And it was like a weird like choose your own adventure thing. Like you would play through and like you could choose which like one of two ways, like go under the log or go over the log, and two different things
Okay.
happen. So, but it was fucking horrifying.
Was it Uncharted?
Maybe no.
No, that's all right.
That's relatively new, isn't it?
Oh, this is a while back.
This
okay.
is like a while back.
Okay.
But literally the whole bus used to sit and watch him play it, like in the dark,
Nice.
because it was like watching a horror movie. It was about like there's like teenagers that went to some house like in the woods and like people started dying, and you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know this game. I mean, maybe I.
But Rami Malek, the dude that played Freddie Mercury, was like the main character in the game. There was a couple other like legit actors. It was the first game I'd ever seen, where like there was like actors that played a part.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, Chris is saying Until Dawn. Okay, I haven't heard of that.
That's
also
probably
what's up, Chris.
Yeah, it was horrifying. We used to say play your stories because we always joke like how like old people are like, I'm gonna watch my stories. We'd be like, Travis, play your stories. We'll just sit and watch the game. Okay, everyone's like Until Dawn, Until Dawn, Until Dawn.
There you go.
The game is called Hayden Panettiere.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that name in a decade, if not more.
I don't think anyone has.
Wow.
What does that girl do anymore? I don't know.
Probably made enough money off the Disney Channel, right? You don't got to do anything anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you get that Disney money, it's a good thing to have.
Exactly.
I thought signing to Disney would be the same thing, but it's definitely not. It's most definitely not.
Oh man.
So good. Dude, well, awesome, man. I've had an awesome time chatting with you. You've actually been, I think you've been my longest guest.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. I think usually most people hang for about an hour. We've been on for a little longer than that. Almost an hour and a half.
Been a lot of fun, dude.
So I think a lot of people here already know what you do, who you are, what you do, but just for because I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel and everything, and for anyone here that is not familiar, let everyone know. It's like hot ones. What do you got coming up? What do you got coming up?
All right. So Friday, Friday's a big day. I'm going to be unboxing a package that Bring Me the Horizon has sent me. And it's got at least, it feels like a couple shirts and something a bit heftier in there. I can't wait. And I'm going to be playing through all of their newest album, Posthuman, which is sick. I didn't think I would like it at first. I got a taste of it, and then it grew on me so quick, and it's so good.
How good's the Amy Lee song?
Oh, dude, all of it's sick.
Yeah.
I've only listened to the Amy Lee one a couple of times.
That's good.
That one's Butterflies, right? Yeah. Okay. We play Kingslayer like every day. People love the baby metal chorus, man.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're doing that on Friday, and then I believe we're gonna be doing some Atreyu album playthrough soon. But I'm kind of teasing it. We won't release all the details around that, but there's some cool stuff in the works.
Some fun things. Definitely
some fun things, chat. Fun things. You guys are gonna like it.
Yeah.
Craig Mabbitt. What up, Craig?
What's up, Craig? Just hanging with Young Gun, just wrapping up a little chat. I think I'll probably gonna sing some jams after this.
Let's go.
Just a few little jammy jams.
But
yeah, dude, it's been awesome having you, man. You're fun to watch. It's literally, I mean, you were on the other day with Kevin, who is the reason why I know you. Because literally was like, yo, dude, you need to raid this dude. He's got an Atreyu shirt on right now,
man,
which was hilarious. If anyone
I still
didn't
can't
see us
tell
the
you
other
how
day,
much that made my day.
But it was hilarious because I was like, oh, this is a bootleg shirt. I'm roasting this fool. But I
don't even remember where I bought it. I just saw it online. I was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Mother of Cats. But yeah, so he's the reason why I know you, but super fun to watch you. I think I haven't come across very many people on Twitch where I'm like, you fucking suck. There's a couple, but like you're genuinely, without ever meeting you in person, are always like pleasant dude, good to talk to. I feel like we will hang out when the world comes back, maybe before. But yeah, it's been cool having you. It's been super cool having you. Keep ripping, and we will chat normally as we always do.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much for having me, man. I had a great time just getting to
course.
rant about Game of Thrones for a while and
I love it. I love that
let it all out.
we got your whole backstory. We got your thoughts on
Yeah.
Game of Thrones and a
Yeah.
couple other fun facts.
It's been sick, dude.
I love it.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for hanging. And
I appreciate
till
you,
next
buddy.
time.
All right, dude. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Late.
Bye, chat.
Dude, such an awesome dude. Loved having you on. The applause, great fucking timing for that. That was great. That was great, Melissa. Portable Night of Atreyu draws arts in 30 minutes. Perfect. I'll raid him when I'm done. Kevin, he's just busy, dude. He's been on the last couple night streams. Ethan, well, you were on too. Were you on the one he was on the other night? He's just been fucking super. All right. Super. Oh, thank you, Fading Ink, for gifting 5. That's fucking super cool. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the Craig Raiders. All right. Mabiteers, I'll call you. I'm gonna sing a couple songs. The all request, right. Annie, can you pop the Loca? Thanks for gifting. Look at you guys. Hype Train level 2 just got smanked. Let's fucking keep all it right. going. I'm gonna do a couple requests. You guys can hit the request link. Annie, can you go ahead and post that if it hasn't come up in a second? All right. And I will start. I'll do a handful of requests, handful of jammy jams. All right. You can request Hell or High Water or Trey songs in the link that Annie's going to post right now in all the right. chat. And if you want like a random ass song, like you want me to sing fucking Celine Dion or some shit, go ahead and you can do this, the sound drop, the blah, 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 what is it called? Sound alerts, and hit the Rick sound alert and then let me know in the chat what you want me to play. All Loca right. gifting another one. I appreciate you so much. That's 40 for the channel. Love it. Level 3 is at 57%. Let's fucking get it. Let's get it. Lynn, thank you for the cheers. You can do the song requests on that link, or you can use channel points as well. Ethan wants Doomsday, so I'll start with that one. Let's put it in here so I remember it. Probably have time for like 3 or 4, maybe 5. Ooh, Terrorizing the Night. Shit, didn't see that. Jessica's got Terrorized. I'll do that one first. Terrorized.
And his name is John C.
Yes, I love that one. So good. Superhero for Warlock. What else did you do? Who just picked one? Roses. Annie wants Roses. Okay. I'll do one more after this. 5 songs will probably work. Okay, I'm going to do Terrorize. Wait, Terrorize or Terrified? Terrorizing the Night. Hello, High Water.